What's up, Delta Nation? I am back from outer space, here to deliver some timely news. I haven't been making YouTube videos as of late because I've been in the lab, cooking up something pretty crazy. Today, you will get to see some of it. I just published something fun. Let's see if I can share my screen here. I just published this, my SITREP. Now, SITREP is short for Situational Report. This is to help you strategically construct your portfolio to be more anti fragile. This is a multi model, big picture strategic playbook of how you should allocate your portfolio based on hedging and probabilistic scenarios so your portfolio can be more anti fragile. One of the more complex things in this write up, in this SITREP, is selling cover calls to make income. Now, if you've been playing along, you know I've already made an instruction manual, both published on the blog and on YouTube, called the Infinite Money Glitch. This is where you sell cover calls. Cover calls means you have at least 100 shares of this company, then you can sell one call option and collect the premium. And if it goes unexercised, then you get free money. And in my example, I show you how you can make 20, 30% or less passively per year as long as the option doesn't get exercised, and how to select the correct delta to make sure your option doesn't get exercised. Now, in this SITREP, I use many models to analyze scenarios, probabilities, geopolitical, economic, technological, all to arrive at actionable insights of how to construct your portfolio, which companies should you consider adding to your portfolio, how to hedge, and I highly encourage you to read this. I am not going to read this for you. One of the reasons that I haven't made more YouTube videos is because I've been busy writing up blogs. Now, if you've been reading the blogs, they've been pretty consistent, several per week, and you've had great access to alpha. I will do a report card. I'm in the process of doing it. Let's see if I can share that with you. Here's the report card I am constructing to show you the receipts. If you followed along for the last year on my blogs or YouTube videos, but mostly blogs because I've made more blogs than YouTube videos. YouTube is very time consuming. And I always, and you know this, I always write the blog first to to organize my thoughts, and then I'll make a video to make it easier for my audience who doesn't like to read. Highly encourage you to read. Download it into your brain. It's like Matrix. You see like images on the screen and they go in there and you're like, whoa. Okay. So, ARB short, you could have made 500% last August when I called this one. All the receipts. Alibaba, you could have made between right now, minimum 82% gains on the stock itself. I think it's even higher now, or up to 600% at the peak that you could have sold. This was the turn $12,000 into $120,000 strategy. I don't do options all the time, but when I do, it's high risk, high reward. And here is some before the AI snap takes all our jobs, good buys that you could have picked up almost a year ago before AI really got crazy. And here's how those did since then. Only ASML is down, but it's not. I think ASML is back to 800. So everything is in green as per recommendation. I started this report card a couple of weeks ago, so it's a little old. Why? Because I'm making this video. Top 10 stocks. I think only one that's not up from these would be Kohl's. Kohl's is still, it's near this. I think it's about 16, 17. Very highly shorted, and perhaps there will be a squeeze. But that was the far out one, and I'm sure I called that out in this video. But everything else pretty much up. Micron is sitting at, I think, at 120, 130. Tesla is at 340. Upstart is near 100. This is, I think, 34. AMD is about where it was, but it's hit 180 recently. Intel is at 24, 25. Google is over 200. Coinbase is doubled. It's 300 and something. And Match is about 38 right now. So everything is up. The top 10 stocks are 24 in September. So a year ago, if you bought pretty much all of this, only one would have been down. Worth reading. Okay. Next one. Oh yeah, here's that portfolio, how it's looking. Mostly up. Redfin has been acquired, and it's actually up now. So, and this is also over 35. So only Kohl's is down as of now. Ethereum, let's see, what did I call this at? ETH. It was 3,500. It's about 4,500 now. You're doing just fine, 30%. Also, ETH hit an all-time high recently, 4,900. So there was an opportunity to never be down. What I wrote here for Intel is a call option strategy for 2026 and 2027. It is up. It is not crazy up, but there is still a lot of time premium, especially if you got the 2027 one or December 2026 that I have. Orange Swan portfolio, one of my favorite portfolios this April when Trump was doing his crazy tariff nonsense. I said, hey, too many people are losing money. Everything is down. Not everything should be down. Not everything is affected by tariffs. Sure, if there's a massive recession, pretty much everything gets thrown out with the bathwater. But I said this is a black swan event, or as I called it, orange swan event, and we made an orange swan portfolio that is up over 100% since then, and several things have been up hundreds of percent, especially Ethereum 2x, which is up 555%, and Coinbase 2x was also up about 500%. It's pulled back because it's now 300 and something, but at the time, month and a half ago or so, Coinbase was at 445, which was an all-time high, at which point you could have sold the 2x leverage, which I highly encourage you to do when you buy a 2x leverage to sell the new all-time high. Next, Redfin arbitrage strategy worked out really nicely for us. I think we are up. I forget how much exactly. I think over 42%. 42%. Xiaomi, this is Apple of China that I wrote about in April of this year. It is up. It was 26. Now it's about 35. It's been as high as 39 since then. I still have a lot of conviction in this company. If you watch their YouTube videos of people driving their cars, their technology, I mean, I wish we had this in the US. I would buy one of these cars. They make every device you can have in your home, including your cell phone and your car. So everything is connected. This is, just imagine if Apple, I don't know what electronic brand makes a lot of home stuff, but it's like your Google Nest, your Amazon Ring doorbell, your AC, your Roomba, your cell phone, and your car were all made by one company. And then as you drive up a mile from your house, the AC turns on to regulate the temperature. So when you arrive, your home is at the right temperature. As you drive away, your vacuum cleaner automatically knows the house is clear of obstacles to start vacuuming. It's an amazing company. Highly recommend you look into it. Read the article. It was part of the Dragon portfolio of best Chinese companies. I made a video on this. I did a write-up. Estee Lauder Companies is a lipstick recession play. It is up 39% since I wrote about it. I noticed Michael Burry was buying this as he expected us to go into a lipstick recession. And there's a nice write-up on this and why it was in my portfolio. Then I started something amazing called the Alpha Card. Alpha Card is a weekly investment scoring card that I give you a quantitative score and a detailed analysis of 10 categories of how I analyze a company fundamentally. Give it an A, B, C grade out of 360 points. So you can quickly know, hey, how good is this company fundamentally right now? What are the metrics? And a detailed scorecard. Since then, I've done dozens of alpha cards. I think all of them are up since then, and bigly. We did Pinterest, which is up. I did a detailed analysis on the EV industry, comparing BYD and Tesla and others. Did an alpha card on New Holdings. This is a fintech company, also up since recommendation. Obviously, the Dragon portfolio, but its cousin, the Korean ETF, which is up about 40% since recommendation. Korean ETF is filled with great chip manufacturers like SK Hynix and Samsung and others that it's hard to purchase individually, but if you buy the Korea ETF, you get the best of the best. Next, AMD. I recommended 128. I've had this company since it was $3 to $12. So I've been paying attention to AMD for a very, very long time. If you missed NVIDIA, this is your second chance of catching the biggest play in AI, in my opinion. So don't sleep on it. It's been as high as 184 recently. After recommending it at 128, it's about 150, 160 now. Still not a bad entry price. Coinbase, obviously my biggest holding, most detailed analysis that I do. There's an alpha card. I think it started at 300. Price target was 350. A week later, it was already 400. So this one blew everything out of the water. DLO also up 50% since recommendation, 60%. Recommended it about $10. I happen to have been in Uruguay when I was writing this alpha card. So I had on-the-ground boots to analyze this company for you. All right. And that one crushed it. And that's just 18. I'm still writing the report card. You know, if you missed 19 of these alpha insights, it's because you're not reading. And I highly recommend you read the blog. It's below. I will try to do weekly summaries of blog posts on YouTube, but no promises. YouTube is very time consuming, all the editing and stuff. Maybe I'll just do a live stream like this and just rant. Let me know if you like this. May the force of compound interest be with you. And as always, peace.